Hello students, myself Brinda Patel, Assistant Professor in Computer Engineering Department at Sri Swaminarayan Institute of Technology, Gandhinagar. In previous lecture, हमने देखा था इमेज शार्पनिंग यूजिंग फिल्टर डोमेन के बारे में. उसके अंदर हमने देखा था आइडियल हाई पास फिल्टर्स, बटरवर्थ हाई पास फिल्टर्स, गॉसियन हाई पास फिल्टर्स, लाप्लासियन इन द फ्रीक्वेंसी डोमेन, and unsharp masking, high boost filtering and high frequency emphasis filtering, and about homomorphic filtering. So now in today's lecture we will see about selective filtering, in that band reject and band pass filters, and in that other one is notch filters. So filters हमने आगे के दो सेक्शन में डिस्कस किए थे. So which operate over the entire frequency rectangle. There are applications in which it is of interest to process specific bands of frequencies or small regions of frequency rectangle. So filters in the first category are known as band reject or band pass filters respectively, and filters in the second category are known as notch filters. So non-selective filters are what? Operate over the entire frequency rectangle, and selective filters are what? Operate over some part, not the entire frequency of rectangle, only over some part. So इसमें क्या है? Band reject और band pass, which are the processes specific bands, and notch filter is process small regions of the frequency rectangle. So now selective filtering, in that band reject and band pass filters. So this type of filters are easily constructed using the concepts from the previous sections. So here table shows the expressions for ideal, Butterworth and Gaussian band reject filters, where DUV is the distance from the center of the frequency rectangle, and D0 is the radial center of the band, and W is the width of the band. So here is the band filters, where W and D, here W is width, D and distance, and DUV is from the center of the filters. So here the band pass filter is obtained from the band reject filter in the same manner that we obtained a high pass filter from the low pass filter. So HBP into UV is equal to 1 minus HBR into UV. Now selective filtering, in that notch filters, right? So notch filters are the most useful of the selective filters. A notch filter rejects a frequencies in the predefined neighborhood about the center of the frequency rectangle, right? So zero phase shifts filter must be symmetric about the origin. So a notch with a center at U0 and V0 must have a corresponding notch at location minus U0 and up to minus V0. So notch reject filters are constructed as a products of high pass filters whose centers have been translated to the centers of notches. The general form is H, here H and R into UV is equal to K is equal to 1 to Q by HK of UV into H minus K of UV, where HK-UV and H minus K-UV are high pass filters whose centers are at UK VK and minus UK VK respectively. So these centers are specified with respect to the center of the frequency rectangle. So here M by 2 and N by 2, which are the frequency rectangle. So for example, the following is the Butterworth notch reject filter of order n containing 3 notch pairs. So H NR UV is equal to K is equal to 3, K is equal to 1 up to 3 into 1 upon 1 plus d0k by dk of uv raised to 2n and 1 upon 1 plus d0k by d minus k uv raised to 2n, right, where dk and d minus k are the constant. Here d0k is a constant, the same for each pair of the notches, but it can be different for different pairs. So other notch reject filters are constructed in the same manner depending on the high pass filter chosen. So here the distance computations for each filter are carried out using the expressions dk of uv is equal to u minus m by 2 minus uk square plus v minus n upon 2 minus vk square raised to whole raised to minus 1 by 2, and d minus k of uv is equal to u minus m by 2 plus uk whole square plus v minus n by 2 plus vk whole square raised to 1 by 2. So here one of the principal application of notch filtering is for selectively modifying local regions of the DFT. This type of processing typically is done interactively, working directly on DFTs obtained without padding. So the advantages of working interactively with actual DFTs means as opposed to having a translate from padded to actual frequency values, which are overweight any wraparound errors that may result from not using padding in the filtering process. Now, here figure A is the scanned newspaper image. So it's showing a moire pattern, and here figure B is the spectrum. So we know from the above table that Fourier transform of a pure sine, which is periodic function, is a pair of conjugate symmetric impulses. These symmetric impulses like birds, so here we can see that, are a result of a near periodicity of the Moire pattern. So we can attenuate this burst by using notch filtering. Here figure C shows the result of multiplying the DFT of figure A by the Butterworth notch reject filter with D0 is equal to 3 and n is equal to 4 values for all notch pairs. The value of the radius was selected by visual inspection of the spectrum to encompass the energy burst completely, and the value of n was selected to give notches with mildly sharp transitions. So the locations of the enter of the notches were determined interactively. So here figure figure D shows the result that obtained with these all filters. So figure A is a newspaper image showing Moire pattern, figure B is a spectrum, figure C is a Butterworth notch reject filter multiplied by the Fourier transform, and here in last figure D is a filtered image. Now here figure A shows an image of part of the ring surrounding the planet Saturn. This image was captured by Cassini, the first spacecraft to enter planet's orbit. The vertical sinusoidal pattern was caused by an SE signal, which is on the camera video signal just prior to digitizing the image. So this was unexpected problem that corrupted some images from the mission. So this type of interface is fairly easy to correct by post-processing. So one approach is to use for post-processing is notch filtering. Figure B shows the DFT spectrum. So it is a careful analysis of a vertical axis reveals a series of a small bursts of energy which correspond to the nearly sinusoidal interface. So a simple approach is to use a narrow notch rectangle filter starting with the lowest frequency burst and extending for the remaining of vertical axis of figure here, figure C. So figure C shows such a filter in that white represents 1 and black represents 0. So figure here D shows the result of filtering the corrupted image with this filter. So this result is a significant improvement over the original image. So we isolated the frequency in the vertical axis of a notch pass version of the same filter, right, of which is in the figure A. Then figure B shows the IDFT of these frequencies yielded the special interface pattern itself. So this here, this is the A, right, which is the result spectrum of applying a notch pass filter to the DFT of figure A, and here figure B is the spatial pattern obtained by computing the IDFT of figure A. Thank you.